However, what I see in the WNBA is a league that is striking while the iron is red hot and betting on itself. You know, if you're a commissioner, would you rather be seen as a commissioner who sat on its hands when, there was so much commotion for women's sports and women's basketball? And, you've got a monumental CBA coming up and TV rights deals and new teams. Would you rather be acting or sitting back and scared? The talent question is very valid. I mean, right now we're sitting here with 13 teams and there's competitive drop-off. Look at the Connecticut Sun. They are dramatically less competitive than the rest of the teams. There is a question about that. And the expansion draft every single year, what does that look like? People have pointed out international players, and there have been so many stories where we've had a heartache over, look, Julie Van Loo not making a roster, or Deja Kelly. People lamented that. There's not enough spots for all the players who could technically be a WNBA player, but we're talking about lower tier or younger, less experienced players that are fighting for those last spots in the league. But what we don't have a surplus of is superstar talent. There's not a whole lot of Nafisa Colliers and Asia Wilsons out there, right? And so what that means is we may end up having lopsided or top-heavy rosters. One thing to consider, though, is that this is being staggered over the course of years. The price point that some of these ownership groups are coming in and buying at, it's at $250 million, like minimum, pretty much. And, some of these valuations are including practice facilities, things like that. It's hard to tell, like, what's really real. Like, right, if you're Mark Davis, it's a party. Like, what does it even matter? You bought your team in 2021 for $2 million. You are so up. I don't even know if there's things that are more up than the Aces in value. The Tsai family got the Liberty for $15 million in 2019. In 2023, the Valkyries were bought by the Lake Up Group and the Warriors Group over there for $50 million, which, mind you, at the time, people were like clutching pearls over, like, $50 million. This is only 2 years ago. Now you got teams that are being valuated at $500 million. Is that real? Is it on paper real?
Insane.
Is it based on potential real? It puts a lot of pressure. The owners that buy in at $250 million, they're going to be a lot easier to be disgruntled or have incredibly high expectations. Ultimately, I think we're all in agreement. We're rooting for the W. We're rooting for the league. We're rooting for it.